Now we discuss remaining questions of animal kingdom. In sponges, the cells that can be converted into other type of cells are called archaeocytes. Actually, in sponges, outer penicodon, inner coenodon, outer penicodon, inner coenodon. Between penicodon and coenodon, mesohyl, sticky adhesive layer. It gives support to penicodon and coenodon. Means penicodon and coenodon attaches to mesohyl. If two layers present in the body wall, why sponges are not considered as a diploblastic animals? Diploblastic animals means body wall contain two germinal layers. These are not considered as a germinal layers. Reason is, in case of sponges, so it is the blastula stage. Actually, in other organisms, from Cnidaria to Chordata, dorsal half micromeres, ventral half megameres. It is blastula stage. Hollow ball-like structure in which cells are arranged in a single layer is known as blastula. During gastrulation, formation of gastrula, so that is gastrulation. Megameres invaginate. Dorsal half is known as animal hemisphere. Ventral half is known as vegetal hemisphere. Megameres invaginate, fold inwards. As a result, two layers are formed. Outer ectoderm, inner endoderm. So, the cavity encircled by endoderm is archendron. Archendron opens out through blastophore. But in case of porifera, reversal of body layers. Invagination occur at the animal pole. Micromeres invaginate. As a result, micromeres form the inner layer, megameres form the outer layer. Due to reversal of body layers, even though body wall contain two layers, they are not considered as a diploblastic animals. Main difference is, in porifera, invagination means fold inwards. Invagination occur at the animal pole. From Cnidaria to Chordata, invagination occur at the vegetal pole, ventral surface. So, megameres invaginate. In case of porifera, micromeres, small cells. Dorsal half contain micromeres, ventral half contain megameres. That is common in blastula stage. In porifera, micromeres invaginate. As a result, micromeres forms inner layer, megameres form outer layer. But in other organisms, megameres form the inner layer. Large cells form inner layer, small cells form outer layer. So, due to reversal of body layers, even though body wall contain two layers, they are not considered as a germinal layers. Reversal of body layers. So, answer is archaeocytes. Archaeocytes are totipotent cells. They are capable to produce all other types of cells. Ova are formed from archaeocytes. From coenocytes, sperms are formed. Coenocyte, flagellated cell. So, it is the osculum. After formation, sperm goes out, enter into another sperm. In another sperm, coenocyte guide the spermatozoa into the body wall. Fertilization take place in the body wall. That's why in sponges, in your textbook mentioned, fertilization is internal. Fertilization take place in the body wall. So, archaeocytes capable to produce all types of cells. So, that's why they are known as totipotent cells. So next question. Which of the following statements are true or false? To choose the correct option. In higher phyla, cellular level of organization is seen. Wrong. Cellular level, that is the primitive phylum Porifera. First phylum in kingdom Animalia is Porifera, not higher level. So lower level, least. So phylum Platyhelminthes have cellular level. Wrong. Cellular level in Porifera. Cellular level of organization is seen when the cells are not arranged as loose cell aggregates. Loose cell aggregates only. So that is cellular, correct only. Mollusca exhibit tissue level of organization. Mollusca exhibit tissue level of organization. Wrong. So all statements are false. Mollusca organ system level. So all statements are wrong. Next question. In tissue level of organization, the cells are arranged as loose cell aggregate. Wrong. Loose cell aggregate means the cells are loosely arranged. That's why tissues are not formed. In case of Porifera, so wrong. If cells are loosely arranged, how tissues are formed? Tissues are grouped to form organs. Tissues are grouped to form organ. But in tissue level of organization, no organ. So that's why that is not correct. Tissue level. Cells performing the same function are arranged into groups. As a result, tissues are formed. For example, sensory cells. So they assembled, form a tissue. So the tissue detect the stimulus from the surrounding environment. Nerve cells, nervous tissue. Nutritive muscular cells, one tissue. In this manner, cells performing the same function, nidocytes, anchoring, defense, they assembled, tissue is formed. Cells performing the same function are arranged into groups. If tissues are grouped to form means organ, that is organ level. But here question is tissue level. That's why third one correct. Tissues are grouped to form systems. Wrong. So answer is third. Pick the correct statement. Notochord is ectodermal in origin. Notochord is mesodermal origin. So wrong. Notochord is mesodermally derived rod-like structure formed on the dorsal side in embryonic development. So in some animals, so correct only. Third one, arthropoda is a non-chordate. Arthropoda is a non-chordate. So second and third statements are correct. Ctenophore, Cnidaria, Platyhelminthes, nematode. So Ctenophora, why it got the name Cteno? Cteno means comb, phora means bearing. So on the body surface, 8 comb plates are present. So Ctenophora, comb plates. So A is the B. Next one, Cnidaria. Cnidaria, tissue level of organization. Platyhelminthes, bilaterally symmetrical. Nematode or Aschelminthes, that is pseudocoelom. In Platyhelminthes, coelom is absent, acoelom. In Aschelminthes, pseudocoelom, so pseudocoelomate. So third option. Next question. Read the statements given below and choose the correct option. Porifera to echinoderms lack a notochord. Correct. Why they are non-chordates? Platyhelminthes display tissue level of organization. So wrong. Mesoglea is present in Coelenterata. So correct. Next one, Aschelminthes are coelomates. Wrong. Aschelminthes are pseudocoelomates. 1 and 3 correct. So option is 3. So you careful about correct and incorrect statement. So in biology, correct and incorrect statement questions are difficult to answer. when compared to match the following and multiple choice. Mid-sagittal section. Mid-sagittal section pass dorsoventrally to the anterior posterior axis of the body is a transverse section. Wrong. Passes along the length perpendicular to the dorsoventral axis of the body is a vertical section, passes through the midline of the body. Is a dorsoventrally to the anterior posterior axis. So you should know symmetry. To understand symmetry, you should know principal axis. Principal axis, axis, plane, plane of symmetry. Plane of symmetry. What is principal axis? Principal axis is a imaginary straight line. We assume this board as the animal. Principal axis is a imaginary straight line. Connect the two midpoints. Two midpoints present on the same surface, or two midpoints present on the different surface. It is one midpoint, it is another midpoint. So principal axis is a imaginary straight line. Connect the two midpoints present on different surfaces, or connect the two midpoints present on the same surface. If we cut the animal through principal axis and plane of symmetry, then only the body become two equal halves. So principal axis, body become two equal halves. What is axis? Axis is a imaginary straight line. Axis is a imaginary straight line. It connect the 2 points. These 2 points are not midpoints. So board is the animal and it is the axis. What happened? One large piece and another small piece, means divided into two unequal parts. If we cut the animal through axis, body become two unequal parts. Plane, flat surface is known as plane. What is plane of symmetry? The plane passing through principal axis is known as plane of symmetry. If we cut the animal through principal axis and plane of symmetry, then only the body become two equal halves. Then only the body become two equal halves. What is sagittal section or sagittal plane? Plane passing from dorsal to ventral is known as sagittal. What is dorsal? The part of the body away from the substratum is dorsal. The part of the body nearer to substratum is ventral. Sagittal means it cut the body from dorsal to ventral. It is dorsal and it is ventral. Dorsal to ventral is sagittal. Mid-sagittal from mid-dorsal to mid-ventral, like this. It is the mid-sagittal section. If we cut the human body mid-sagittal section, the body become two equal right and left halves. So in bilaterally symmetrical animals, three planes. One is mid-sagittal plane. Another is frontal plane. If we cut the human body in frontal plane, body become two unequal dorsal and ventral halves. It is the transfer plane. If we cut the human body in transfer plane, the body become two unequal anterior and posterior. These three planes are perpendicular: mid-sagittal plane, frontal plane, transfer plane. These three planes are perpendicular. So in all bilaterally symmetrical animal, principal axis is anterior-posterior axis. The axis extends from middle region of head to middle region of the anus. That is the principal axis. Principal axis in bilaterally symmetrical animal is anterior-posterior axis. And what is the plane of symmetry? Mid-sagittal plane. Only one plane of symmetry, that is mid-sagittal plane. So answer is first one, passes dorsoventrally to the anterior-posterior axis of the body. Anterior-posterior axis is the principal axis. Next question. Match the following column: Pernatula, sea pen, pennatula, sea pen, meandrina, brain coral, gorgonia, sea fan, adamsia, sea anemone. So you should know the common names: pennatula, sea fan, pennatula, sea pen, meandrina, brain coral, gorgonia, sea fan, adamsia, sea anemone. Adamsia, sea anemone. In sea anemone, only polyp stage. Medusa is absent. Next question. Find out the incorrect statement regarding pleurobrachia. Pleurobrachia belong to phylum Ctenophora. They are diploblastic, correct. They have tissue level of organization, correct. They have comb plates, correct. They are triploblastic, incorrect. Incorrect statement, triploblastic. You already know they perform only sexual reproduction. Cidipid larva seen in their development means development is indirect. All exhibit bioluminescence. Digestion is extracellular as well as intracellular. Nidoblast cells or nidocytes are absent. Another name of phylum Ctenophora, Anidaria. Anidaria. A means no. Due to absence of nidoblast cells, Anidaria. So old name is Coelenterata. Now phylum Coelenterata classified into two phyla. One is Cnidaria, another Anidaria. Another name of Anidaria, Ctenophora. Distinctive feature of chordate is dorsal heart, absence of tail, solid nerve cord, so notochord. Nerve cord is a unique character, but so not mentioned location. Dorsal heart, ventral heart, absence of tail. So absence of tail is not a unique character. Tail is absent in human. Most of the chordates have tail. Mammals also have tail. So answer is notochord. Stiff rod-like structure present on the mid-dorsal surface. Notochord. Chordata. Protochordates are exclusively freshwater, marine, both A and B. They are marine. Urochordata, cephalochordata, together known as protochordates. Protochordates also known as acraniata. So brain box, cranium is absent. So that's why marine. Cyclostomes respire through gills. We already know 6 to 15 pairs of gill slits present in cyclostome, and body is not covered by scales. Skin, lungs, so wrong, only gills. 6 to 15 pairs of gill slits present in cyclostomes. After spawning, the cyclostomes, after spawning occur in fresh water. So after spawning they die. Eggs hatch up into larva, the adult, so they return to marine water. So dies in fresh water. After spawning, the cyclostome die in fresh water. So the young one return to marine, again for spanning, again they enter into fresh water, dies in fresh water. A character of Petromyzon is scales on body, scales absent, with jaws absent, anata, without paired fins. So paired fins absent, only unpaired fins. So a character of Petromyzon, no cranium. Petromyzon, anata, nata, stomata, vertebrata. So vertebrates have cranium. That's why answer without paired fins. Ventral mouth is seen in Scoliodon, Petromyzon, Cutla. Cutla is a bony fish. Salamander is a amphibian. Petromyzon. So here answer is a Scoliodon. Scoliodon has ventral mouth. Scoliodon is a cartilaginous fish. Placoid scales cover the body of, you already know, shark. Shark belong to class cartilaginous. So that is Chondrichthyes. Chondrichthyes means cartilaginous fishes. In shark, body is covered by placoid scales. Chondrichthyes are means cartilaginous fishes. Terminal mouth, character of bony fish, without operculum, correct. Chondrichthyes without operculum, with cycloid scales, bony fishes, with air bladder also character of bony fishes. So answer is 2. Amphibian skin is externally covered by placoid scales, cycloid scales, ctenoid scales, no scales. So exoskeleton is absent. So due to absence of scales, it capable to perform respiration, cutaneous respiration. You already know amphibians, most of the amphibian, 3 types of respiratory organs: skin, buccopharyngeal cavity and lungs. Exception, apoda. In apoda is one of the order of amphibia. Body is covered by scales, means skin never act as a respiratory organ in members of order apoda. Example, Ichthyophis. Of the following toad is, Bufo is a toad, Hyla is a tree frog, Salamandra is a urodilon, Rana is the genus of frog. So Bufo. We already discussed teeth are totally absent in Bufo, toads, all toads, and teeth are absent in turtles, terrapoins, tortoise, members of order Chelonia. Chelonia is one of the orders of class Reptilia. Teeth are totally absent. Teeth are totally absent in Bufo. Similarly, teeth are present only in young animals in Prototheria. Prototheria means egg-laying mammals. Example, duck-billed platypus. Teeth are present in young animals. Teeth absent in adult animal. Why? They are ant-eater. They suck with a long nose and tongue. They suck the ants. Teeth are absent. So next question. Correct one of the following is calotes, tree lizard, chameleon, garden lizard, Chelone, tortoise. Chelone is a turtle. Bangaras is a crate. So that is correct. Bangaras is a crate. Calotes is a garden lizard. Chameleon is a tree lizard. Reverse. Chelone is a tortoise mentioned. Chelone is a turtle. Turtle means marine member. Marine member is turtle. What is the unique character of Chelone? In addition to pulmonary respiration, cloacal respiration, wall of cloaca also contain blood capillaries. So Chelone perform both pulmonary respiration and cloacal respiration. Bangaras is the scientific name of crate. So how can you identify crate? Cross bands on the body, cross bands are present. If it is the snake, cross bands, horizontal cross bands, crate. Crate is 7 times more venomous than cobra. So chameleon is a tree lizard. Chameleon is a tree lizard. Frequently changes its color in order to protect from predator. Calotes is a garden lizard. Animal that casts its skin, that is ecdysis. So all snakes completely entire skin is cast off at regular interval, that is known as ecdysis or molting. So that is snake nasa. You already know in nasa, neck modified into hood. On the hood, spectacle mark is present. Two oval shaped spots connected by a connective. It is known as spectacle mark. Spectacle mark seen in nasa. So in case of Ophiopagus anna, spectacle mark is absent. Ophiopagus anna is known as king cobra. So Hemidactylus, that is the wall lizard. Testudo is a tortoise. Alligator is a crocodile. You already know crocodile also contains some mammalian character. Four-chambered heart, diaphragm, membranous diaphragm, thecodon dentition. If teeth are present in the socket, known as thecodon dentition. So mammalian character seen in crocodilia, four-chambered heart, diaphragm, presence of diaphragm. Difference is in mammals, muscular diaphragm. Muscular diaphragm help in respiration. In case of crocodile, membranous diaphragm only divide the body cavity into upper thoracic and lower abdominal cavity, but never help in respiration. So next question. Long bones of birds are pneumatic, filled with air. Pneumatic. Actually, continuous oxygenation seen in birds. What is continuous oxygenation? So lung. The two lungs open into 9 air sacs. The air sacs open into bones. From lungs, air enter into air sacs. From air sacs into bones. So similarly, here parabronchi. Bronchi present on the sides. Parabronchi. What happened? During inspiration, air enter into lungs. During expiration, from the air sacs, air enter into lungs. So it is known as continuous oxygenation. During inspiration and expiration, both the time air enter into lungs. So that's why metabolic rate is more. If metabolic rate is more, body size is small. That's why most of the birds are small in size, with few exception. Ostrich, emu, only few birds. Most of the modern birds are small in size due to high metabolic rate. Why high metabolic rate? Due to continuous oxygenation. Not only during inspiration, during expiration also air enter into lungs. In other animals, during inspiration only air enter into lungs. During expiration, air goes out from the lungs. In other animals exhibit pulmonary respiration. Continuous oxygenation. Pneumatic means bones filled with air. That is one of the flight adaptation to reduce the body weight. Answer is pneumatic. So what type of vertebrae present in birds? Vertebrae, heterocoelous vertebrae. Heterocoelous vertebrae. What are heterocoelous vertebrae? Anterior part contain convexity, concavity. Posterior also contain convexity, concavity. If both the sides of centrum, what is centrum? Ventral part of the vertebra. Classification of vertebra based on centrum. It is the centrum. It is the neural arch. Neural canal. Each vertebra contains two parts: ventral centrum, dorsal neural arch. The place between neural. Next question is long bones of birds are pneumatic. Pneumatic means filled with air. Actually, birds have heterocercal or heterocellus type of vertebrae. What is heterocellus? Anterior part contain convexity, concavity. Posterior also contain convexity, concavity. So, if both sides contain concavity, convexity, such type of vertebrae are known as heterocellus vertebrae. Shape is saddle-like. That's why also known as saddle-shaped vertebrae seen in birds. Classification of vertebra based on centrum. What is centrum? Ventral part of the vertebra is known as centrum. Dorsal part is neural arch. So the place where neural arch connected with centrum contain a cavity known as a neural canal. Spinal cord lodged in the neural canal. Classification of vertebrae based on centrum. Heterocellus vertebrae seen in birds. In case of fishes, anterior and posterior part of the centrum contain concavity. On both sides cavity known as amphicoelous vertebrae. Amphicoelous vertebrae. In case of Anura, frogs, concavity present at the anterior part. If concavity present at the anterior part, known as procoelous vertebrae. Procoelous vertebrae seen in frogs, toads and reptiles. In case of mammals, it is the vertebra, it is another vertebra. Anterior and posterior parts of the vertebra flat. If flat, known as amphiplatean vertebra. Amphiplatean vertebra, one amphiplatean vertebra connected to another amphiplatean vertebra by intervertebral discs. Presence of intervertebral disc is one of the unique character of mammals. Amphiplatean type of vertebrae. Amphiplatean type of vertebrae seen in mammals. Anura and reptiles, procoelous vertebrae. In Pisces, amphicoelous vertebrae. Concavity at both the ends. Cavity at the anterior, posterior, amphicoelous. Concavity at the anterior only, procoelous vertebrae. Procoelous vertebrae seen in order Anura. Frogs and toads belong to order Anura. So procoelous vertebrae seen in reptiles, frogs and toads. Amphiplatean vertebrae. So anterior and posterior part of the vertebra flat. Amphiplatean vertebrae seen in mammals. Next question, oviparous mammal. Oviparous means egg-laying mammal. Egg-laying mammal, platypus. Oviparous, egg-laying, platypus. And the remaining flying fox, pterophus, kangaroo, blue whale, all are viviparous, give birth to young ones. Answer is platypus, egg-laying mammal. Even though they lay eggs, the eggs hatch up into young ones. All mammal fed their young ones with milk. Next question, which of the following is a freshwater sponge? Spongilla is a freshwater sponge. Euspongia, bath sponge. So used to remove the dead skin. The Euspongia available in the form of pieces in the shopping malls. Used to remove the dead skin. Euspongia, that's why it is known as bath sponge. Cycon also sponge. Pleurobrachia is a ctenophora. So freshwater sponge is a spongilla. In urochordate, respiration is by gills. Book gills in case of limulus, book gills. Diffusion in case of frog, water. Ctenidia, in mollusca gills also known as ctenidia. In mollusca respiration by gills, ctenidia. So to differentiate the gills of Pisces and other animals, in members of mollusca they have given a definite name for gills, that is ctenidia. Gills of mollusca known as ctenidia. Shark liver oil is rich source of vitamin A. Cod liver oil is rich source of vitamin D. Cholesterol, vitamins. So answer is shark liver oil is rich source of vitamin A. Most unique feature of mammal: presence of hair, sweat glands also in mammal, sebaceous glands mammal, mammary gland mammal, all of these. Skin contains sweat gland, sebaceous gland, scent glands, and sweat glands in thoracic region modified into mammary glands. So presence of hair, one of the unique character. All are unique characters only. In the same manner, you should remember unique character of each and every vertebrate group. Fishes, what is the unique character? Presence of fin is a unique character. Eyelids absent. In fishes, eyelids absent. In fishes and amphibia, neck is absent. Absence of neck is an aquatic adaptation. In amphibia, what are the unique character of amphibia? Amphibian unique characters are sternum, first time evolved. Ribs, first time evolved. Lacrimal glands, first time evolved. Middle ear, first time evolved. In the middle ear, only one ear ossicle, columella oris, amphibia. First time sternum, ribs, lacrimal glands, middle ear, lacrimal glands, tear secreting glands. In reptiles, first time intercostal muscles. Intercostal muscles responsible for pulmonary respiration, first time in reptiles. Similarly, skin is dry, no skin glands. So skin glands absent in reptile. In fishes and amphibia, exoskeleton is in the form of scales. They are formed from mesoderm. In reptiles, aves and mammal, if exoskeleton is present, exoskeleton is formed from ectoderm. So hair, nail, all formed from ectoderm. So mesodermal exoskeleton in Pisces and amphibia. Ectodermal exoskeleton in reptiles, aves and mammals. In Pisces, scales. In amphibia, most of the amphibia without scale to perform skin cutaneous respiration. In reptiles, scales. In aves, feathers, exoskeleton. In mammal, hair, nail, exoskeleton. So intercostal muscles. In aves, syrinx is the sound producing organ. Syrinx, posterior part of trachea, anterior part of primary bronchi, modified into sound producing organ, syrinx. In other organisms, larynx. So larynx is present anterior to trachea. The larynx is the voice box. But in case of aves, posterior part of trachea, anterior part of primary bronchi, modified into syrinx, sound producing organ. In case of mammals, you all know mammary glands, corpus callosum, two cerebral hemispheres connected by horizontal tract, corpus callosum. Next question. Body temperature of cold-blooded animal fluctuate with the surrounding temperature. During morning, temperature is maybe low. During noon, high temperature. So the temperature changes according to surrounding environmental temperature. That's why they are known as poikilothermic animal. Cold-blooded animals also known as poikilothermic animals. Poikilothermic. Poikilo means change. Poikilo means change. Poikilothermic animals. Animals living at the bottom of sea known as benthic. Not only bottom of the pond, bottom of the lake or ocean, benthic animals. Pelagic, float in water. Lentic, lotic. So, the lentic, stagnant water. Lotic, running water. Which of the following group is radially symmetrical? Radially symmetrical. Cnidaria and Echinodermata. Most of the sponges are asymmetrical. Few sponges are radially symmetrical. All cnidarians and all echinoderms radial symmetry. Particularly in Echinodermata, you all know larval stages exhibit bilateral symmetry, while adult exhibit pentamerous symmetry. While larval forms of echinoderms exhibit bilateral symmetry, for free moving animal, bilateral symmetry is advantageous. For sedentary animals, radial symmetry is advantage. Why in radially symmetrical animals, the sense organ feeding structure present around the body, around and along the body. So the sedentary animal can engulf the prey in any direction. So radial symmetry is advantage to sedentary animals, means the organism fixed to the substratum, sedentary animals. Here answer is Cnidaria and Echinodermata. In which of the following radial symmetry is not found? So Hydra, radial symmetry. Ascaris, radial symmetry. Sea anemone, also radial symmetry. Jellyfish. So in which of the following radial symmetry? Following radial symmetry is not found. So what about Ascaris? Ascaris is a Aschelminthes. Aschelminthes bilateral symmetry. So answer is Ascaris. Jellyfish, Hydra belong to Cnidaria, radial symmetry. Sea anemone also Cnidaria, radial symmetry. So answer is Ascaris. The body wall of Hydra is diploblastic. Body wall has two layers, outer ectoderm, inner endoderm. Diploblastic animal. In your syllabus, only two phyla diploblastic, Cnidaria, Ctenophora. From Platyhelminthes to Chordata, all are triploblastic animals. Next question. A triploblastic unsegmented animal with complete alimentary canal could be roundworms, unsegmented. Complete alimentary canal means both mouth and anus. Planaria, liver fluke, both are platyhelminthes. Alimentary canal is incomplete. Hydra, no alimentary canal, only gastrovascular cavity. Answer is roundworm. Next question. Canal system is characteristic of sponges. What is the use of canal system? Surrounding marine water enter into the body in sponges. Hydra, sea anemone, sea urchin. Hydra, sea anemone, Cnidaria, sea urchin, Echinodermata. So answer is sponges. So with the help of canal system help in nutrition, respiration and excretion. So next question. Which of the following is not a cylindrate? Silverfish, Lepisma, it is a arthropodon. Portuguese man of war, that is Physalia. What is the another unique character of Physalia? Polymorphism. If the organism occur more than two forms, polymorphism. Why it got the name Portuguese man of war? So the Portuguese man of war was a battleship, contained several types of weapons, rifles. In the same way, Physalia contain numerous nidoblast cells and types, numerous types and many nidocytes. That's why Physalia got the name Portuguese man of war. And another unique character, polymorphism. It occur more than two forms. Portuguese man of war is Physalia. Velella, Adamsia. So, Physalia. Next question. Platyhelminthes are diploblastic, radially symmetrical, asymmetrical. Platyhelminthes are triploblastic. First triploblastic animals, Platyhelminthes. So, other character, acoelomates. First time bilateral symmetry, Platyhelminthes. First triploblastic animal, first time mesodome, outer ectoderm, inner endoderm. Diploblastic animal, two layer. First time mesodome evolved in or seen in Platyhelminthes. So acoelom, sac-like gut, alimentary canal contain only mouth. For it act as a inlet and outlet. So that is a two-way gut. First time one-way gut evolved in Aschelminthes. One-way gut. Food enter into alimentary canal through mouth and undigested food goes out through anus. One-way gut in Aschelminthes. Hirudinaria and Peritima are representative of phylum. Hirudinaria and Peritima are the representative. Hirudinaria means leech. Peritima is the common Indian earthworm. Both belong to Annelida. What is the unique character of Hirudinaria? Fertilization is internal in leeches. In leeches, 33 segments are present. So irrespective of length of the body of leech contains 33 segments, definite number of segments. Another character, in leeches, clitellum is conspicuous, clearly seen during breeding season only. In Peritima, once clitellum is formed, it is permanent, clearly seen throughout the lifespan. So, belong to Annelida. Next question. Which one belong to phylum Annelida? Octopus, crab and nereis. So, octopus belong to mollusca and belong to arthropoda. Crab also belong to arthropoda. Nereis Annelida. Nereis Annelida. Common name, sandworm, ragworm. Leech is sanguivorous, blood sucking. Sanguivorous means blood sucking. So leech is a sanguivorous. Diagnostic character of arthropod. The external segmentation, 3 pairs of legs and a pair of compound eyes. So chitinous exoskeleton, external segmentation, jointed legs. Unique character of arthropoda. Chitin is present in the cuticle. That's why cuticle is in the form of plates. Chitinous exoskeleton. Arthro means jointed. Poda means legs. Jointed appendages or jointed legs. Jointed legs. External segmentation. Body is in the form of segments. In cockroach, in embryonic stage, head is in the form of 6 segments. Thorax in the form of 3 segments. Abdomen in the form of 11 segments in embryonic stage. In adult, 13 segments. In embryonic stage, 20. 6 plus 3 plus 11, 20. So chitinous exoskeleton, external segmentation, jointed legs. So that is a unique character. Chelicerae, that is the only Chelicerae pedipalps in Chelicerata subphylum. Chitinous exoskeleton, pair of compound eyes and unjointed legs. Wrong, jointed legs. So answer is second. Malphizian tubules are excretory organs, not only in insects, terrestrial arthropods. Malphizian tubules are excretory organ. A shark does not have. Shark contain gill slits. Air bladder is absent. Placoid scales, ventral mouth. Correct. Salamander is a amphibian. Tail, it contains tail, salamandra. And another character in salamandra, forelimbs and hind limbs are equal in size. Observe the diagram given in the textbook. In case of frog, hind limbs are longer than forelimbs. So in order Chordata, salamander belong to order Chordata. Forelimbs and hind limbs are weak and equal in size. In order Enura, frogs and toads belong to order Enura. In the order Enura, hind limbs are longer than forelimbs. In case of Apoda, example Ichthyophis, limbs are absent. Diagram given in the textbook also. Limbless amphibia, Ichthyophis, belong to order Apoda. Limbless amphibian with tailed amphibian Chordata. Enura, tail absent, tailless amphibian. Enura. So salamander is a amphibian. Next question, last question. Which one of the following is a cold-blooded animal? Cat is a mammal, warm-blooded animal. Ostrich is the flightless bird. That is a bird is a warm-blooded animal. Penguin is a bird. So in penguin, you all know forelimbs modified into flippers. Unique character. In other birds, hind limbs arise from the middle region of the trunk. But in penguin, hind limbs arise from the posterior part of the trunk. So, is a cold-blooded animal, that is lizard. Lizard is a reptile, that is a cold-blooded animal. In the next class, we discuss structural organization.